Hello, welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the second quarter of 2020, April, May, June, outlook for the sign of Cancer. All right, Cancer, you're up next. We're going to do your reading next. This is going to be a general outlook for the next 3-month period. Now, you can, of course, look at your 2020 outlook for the year, which is linked in the description. Love outlook and general outlook. I did 2 outlooks for you for the year, and I didn't bother doing a first quarter outlook because the 2020 overall outlook came out in January. So, all right, so here we are. We're going to look at April, May, June. Now, this could concentrate in any area of your life. There may be a concentration of love issues or career issues or financial abundance issues, whatever the case may be. We're just going to take a look. This is a full Celtic spread. And let's get right into it. I've already been doing most of my shuffling off camera so we can cut your deck. All right, Cancer. Here we go. Straight out in the center, we have 10 of Cups. Nice. Covered by a King of Pentacles. Tower moment for you this coming quarter. And a 3 of Wands. We have Queen of Swords. And a Knight of Wands. Okay. All right. Interesting. And then we have a 3 of Pentacles and a 3 of Swords. Wow. All right. The Devil. And the outcome is the Queen of Wands. Okay, this is going to be a tricky period for you. All right, it's going to be tricky. It's not going to be without its difficulties. 10 of Pentacles without its challenges. Nevertheless, it is a good period, and certainly coming out as the Queen of Wands indicates that this is certainly going to be a period of growth for you, and a period of sort of I'm going to say experiencing some difficulties, but coming out on top. Certainly coming out on top. One of the court cards that we want to see, especially when we're going through a tower moment or any kind of difficulties or changes, certainly 3 of Swords energy, is we want the Queen of Wands to be there because she is the strongest queen in the deck for overcoming trials and tribulations. She is the strongest character in the deck for overcoming disasters and difficult times and, and heartbreaks and what have you, right? She is the resilient one, right? And she's also the one that learns the most from her experiences. So this is a very good indication that this is going to be a period of growth for you. You have 2 10s here. And the 2 best 10s in the deck, which indicate prosperity and happiness and love. So let's get right into it, Cancer. We have at the center of your quarter period, which is April, May, June, is all about finding happiness with love and the family unit. All right. So 10 of Cups talks about completion in terms of your relationship. So this would be coming together in union and having that happy sort of relationship, the relationship that has gone to a highest level of commitment, perhaps marriage and children. 10 of Cups also indicates overcoming any issues with family squabbles or family divides, coming back together with the family in a very completed and healthy way. So certainly this is going to definitely be a period that marks a lot of health and growth with regard to your personal relationships and your family relationships, your love relationships, right? Covered with the King of Pentacles. So this energy certainly of some of you being on top of your game financially. Some of you may indeed during this period rise up in your career or your company or your business to a level of authority that would bestow that title of king on you. The King of Pentacles is someone who has certainly experienced success, right? Knows how to handle success on such a level. Oftentimes, King of Pentacles can indicate being a benefactor to others, helping others financially, supporting others financially, or mentoring others in their career or their business, right? And so this is interesting. Not only will you be having a very happy home life in terms of certainly overcoming any lingering obstacles or mending any bridges during this period, right? Bringing the family together, bringing the unit together, but you are absolutely also having this energy of resonating up to a King of Pentacles with regard to your career or your business. I'm going to say this is going to be probably for a Cancer who already has a lot of success under their belt, right? You're already having a lot of financial stability and abundance in your life. You may already be the king in your life, you may have already sort of, let's say, attained the status of King of Pentacles in your life, but it's this status, right, that you have that it's going to also be impacting the most this period, and certainly impacting how well you come out with this 10 of Cups. So it could be that some of you with your families, like I said, you may be a benefactor to somebody in your family, helping them to grow. We do have 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck also, so that definitely indicates that everyone in the family will be prospering, and certainly you are the leader of that. This could certainly be for a Cancer who runs a family business and is the head of that business. Now, in your conscious, this period will be a period where you're going to be experiencing a Tower moment. And this Tower moment is really going to be quite interesting. I think it will be probably with regard to personal relationships, right? Probably with regard to sort of your life's ambition, what is most important to you. There are going to be some times during this April, May, June period, Cancer, that you have some extremely unexpected news coming in that will be feeling, that may feel devastating on the surface or just jarring, like the Tower is very jarring, right? It's a very impactful experience, but this is going to be all for the better. This is a Tower moment that comes in for you during this quarter that is going to serve to bring you closer together with people. It could very well be that the information comes to you that helps you to reconcile certain issues, helps you to attain this 10 of Cups energy that is the center of this period for you. Right. I think that this Tower moment coming into you is definitely going to be one of revelation, right? Revelation coming to you in a positive way, finding out things about yourself, your family, and your relationships that up until now you never expected, which is what makes it the Tower moment, but ultimately is for the better. In the back of your mind, in your unconscious, you are feeling this period will be a period where you are feeling like you're not having a whole lot of forward momentum per se. You may be having to exercise a lot of patience during this period, right? Three of Wands is the card for virtue and patience. And so there's going to be, I think because of the Tower moment that you're going through, and I think that because this period is really going to be centered around family and personal relationships, there will be indeed a lot of patience that you have to exercise. You know, you may be forced to stand still in a lot of ways. You know, you may be raring to go on certain issues or certain objectives, but this Three of Wands kind of really sort of, you know, it's when life kind of pumps on the brakes, you know, and you're forced to slow down whether you want to or not. Forced to stop, literally, until more information comes in or until certain events come in that are required for you to experience before you can make your next move. This might feel a little bit frustrating to you, right? And this period may, you know, this quarter may mark a period of what you believe to be stagnation, but it is not stagnation. It is necessary for your ultimate growth in the long run. There's a lot of different events coming in this period that that are required for you to experience, to come across, people to come across. And sometimes, you know, we have to our lives has to slow down a little bit to give all of these events and sort of experiences time to come in, right? Because the next stage is requiring that you know this information. And so you're going to have to wait until more info comes in, until the right messages come into you. That's what Three of Wands is all about. The figure there is standing on the hill waiting for certain information to come to him before he makes his next move or his next decision. Now, coming into this period is the Queen of Swords energy. So you're definitely going to be coming into this period sort of letting go of a lot of roles and masks that you may have adopted up until now. I think this is one of the reasons why you are going to be experiencing a lot more healing during this time, a lot of family healing, a lot of mending bridges, because I think that you're coming into this period with a real stark honesty about who you are, who you want to be. If up until now you've played a certain role in certain relationships in your family or personal relationships that wasn't really you, all of those roles you are abandoning. You're letting go of any masks. This could have been because of family pressures as well coming in, right? So, or family pressures that you've been dealing with for quite some time, all part of sort of, I want to say, whatever has added to the period before now, right? So, but now coming into this period, it's like you are coming in strong with your own identity, coming in strong with your own sense of who you are and who you want to be, right? And the role that you want to play, and sort of being extremely honest with yourself about that. This not only brings clarity about certain situations, it's going to bring understanding about perhaps situations where you've taken on responsibilities that really were not for you to take on, or burdens that you've taken on unnecessarily or unfairly. You're going to see a lot clearer, you know, because the Queen of Swords is also about, you know, getting in touch with herself and being honest with who she is. Also allows her to sort of see situations a lot clearer and see what she can actually do in certain situations, whereas before she may have deluded herself into thinking that she can fix certain situations which were unfixable, right? Or perhaps the tactic that she's taken before wasn't working because she wasn't really being honest with herself. But now this is the energy that you have coming in of honesty and of seeing clearly where it is you can be effective, where it is you can really help the family come together, and situations where you can't, you know, where it's just not anything that you can do about it. And this is the type of clarity that's coming in. You do have a Knight of Wands, and so towards this middle of April, May, June, probably around May, early part of June, there is a feeling of wanting to now go forward with your plans and your passion. There is a Knight of Wands energy. I think there's going to be people coming into you who are very much on your side, right? Very much supporting you, invested in you. They're kind of firing you up. You know, they believe in you. The Knight of Wands is I often call him the great cheerleader or support system, you know? And I think that towards this period, you are going to be finding a greater amount of support for your desires, your wishes and dreams, your passions. Certainly people who support what you're trying to achieve, right? And it's going to be a real boost to sort of your self-confidence. Now you're coming into this period with 2 3s, and 3 of Pentacles and 3 of Swords. 3 of Pentacles increase means that there is an increase for some of you, or desire to increase working with others, to working in partnership or working within a group, and increasing that fellowship, that cooperation. However, you are met with a 3 of Swords. And so there is going to be a period again, and this may tie into the Tower moment, where although you are wanting to work in unison or in conjunction with others in a proactive and sort of in a way to sort of foster growth, right? To sort of increase your work and increase your finances coming in, there will be someone or some energy that is going to hurt you this period, that may sort of, and 3 of Swords is all about breaking trust, loyalty, or bonding, right? So yes, a lot of times people interpret this as third-party energy. Yes, we know, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean third-party energy. It can also very much be someone who's just broken your trust, someone who has stabbed you in the back, or someone, this could be a friend or a family member. What the pain that you experience from a 3 of Swords is not so much that, you know, it's not the symptom, which is somebody cheating on you, third-party energy. It's the fact that somewhere along the line, where you have already established a bond and some trust and loyalty, someone breaks that bond, right? And that's really the real pain that we experience here. And so I think this is probably going to be tied into that tower moment. So while you are at the heart of this April, May, June period, Cancer, bringing family together, bringing your personal, familial, and love relationships to a higher level of commitment and progress, there will indeed be some difficulties and some pain here with certain people, right? The devil comes in, and the devil is there to let you know that there will be indeed, this is the position for hopes and dreams and your fears, right? So here we're talking about really fearing this energy of people, places, or things diverting your focus from growth to something more sinister like codependency, addictions, right? It could be that you fear getting close to some people or coming in contact with some people, or even, fearing this situation, because this is a painful situation, Three of Swords, right? And having that tower moment. And it could be that this is a reading for a Cancer, that whenever you do go through very difficult situations, there is always this danger that you will slide down the road of addiction or codependency. You may have had that in your past and overcome that, and it could be that you fear that coming back into your life because of these disappointments or because of this difficult periods during this next quarter. And I think it's something you do worry about, something you're concerned with, right? However, you will rise above that. I think that this is more just a fear because maybe, like I said, you've been through that before, but you will rise above it because you come out this period with the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands rises above everything. She is the queen of surviving difficult times and surviving them whole and surviving them better than she was before, right? She is the one who really learns from her mistakes, right? She's the one who always gets stronger and stronger and stronger. She oftentimes becomes a teacher to others or a mentor or confidant to others who are going through difficult times because she is such a survivor, right? And so although you may fear that some of these difficult times may take you down a bad or negative road here with the devil, you will, I think, overcome that. And ultimately, you have a beautiful outlook, right? Like I said, it is not without its difficulties. Okay, but you have 3 threes here, so there's a lot of bonding that's going to be happening during this period. There's a lot of loyalty that will be established, trust that will be established, healing that will happen. And even though this 3 of Swords is a breaking of that loyalty or bonding, you will still get over it, and there'll be a large amount of healing happening here. I'm going to say that this 3 of Swords is probably a situation that needed to happen, and ultimately it's going to allow you to get rid of any relationships you have in your life that do trigger the devil energy. It could be that you're maintaining relationship, friendship, what have you, with someone who isn't positive for you, and who is toxic, and who is sort of maintaining a codependent relationship with you. And so going through this heartache here with them, it's just a way of going through the fire in a way, right? Getting rid of them, realizing that maybe it's time to sort of cut away any ties with people who will take you down that road of being toxic and, focusing more on sort of your addictive personality or addictive, behavior, and in this way maintaining a codependent relationship. It is probably time to cut those people out. This will be, like I said, a period of healing, and sometimes healing also involves exercising, the negative, right? Getting rid of the negative, cleaning out that wound, Sometimes we are wounded and the wound is still festering. We have to clean all that rot out for it to heal. And if you have somebody in your life that continues to sort of wound you, right, that continues to sort of let that that wound or that pain fester, then you have to sort of cut that out, and that will hurt in the short term. That will be difficult in the short term, but in the long term, it's going to lead to your ultimate growth and healing. Let's get your clarifiers out, and then I'm going to call this a reading for my lovely Cancer for April, May, and June of 2020. Straight out. Seven of Cups, there you have it. Queen of Cups. Okay, so this is certainly this is certainly in the area of relationship, and there is your Lover's card. So certainly there is a relationship, strong relationship in your life that really needs healing. Six of Wands at the bottom. So there is definitely victory coming in also for you. And like I said, this is going to be a great period of you healing, right? Certainly healing familial bonds. But Seven of Cups is here over that Tower. So definitely the Tower moment is going to involve a relationship that you were perhaps a little over ambitious or unrealistic about. Maybe somebody tried to sort of, convince you of a fairy tale ending that was never going to be a fairy tale ending. Seven of Cups is about having sort of a delusional outlook on a relationship or a connection with someone where on the ground there is no evidence or there is no real sort of proof that it will be that way, right? This is just kind of an illusion. Sometimes this can be sort of real like pie in the sky sort of fairy tale outlook on something. And then of course, when it's not the fairy tale you thought it was or the fairy tale that somebody convinced you it would be, that can of course be a Tower moment. Certainly if you have Three of Swords here and Seven of Cups, this is going to be a wake-up call for some of you in the area of love, that it was never going to be that fairy tale, right? And so it's better that this happens now. It's better that this comes out and that you are able to move forward from it. Ultimately, you heal and you come out of this situation with commitment and happiness and loyalty in places where it matters. I think this is very much a case of you getting rid of any connections or bonds with people that are not healthy. Right? Queen of Cups is here. Three of Wands, covering Three of Wands. And so, yes, in an effort to really understand who your feelings and get to the bottom of what you truly desire and, who you really want to exchange your cup of love with, you will have to exercise a lot of patience this month because there's going to be a lot of information that is going to be revealed to you. All right? Three of Wands, like I said, you have to wait for this information or experience to come in right now. You have a lot that needs to come into you for you to make the right decisions, right? And it is all about your heart, your sensitivity, your feelings, and really sort of not only learning what those feelings are, but learning who is worth exchanging and opening up those feelings to. Now, the Fool comes in over that Queen of Cups to clarify that this is definitely a new stage for you where you are really coming into your own, like I said, being very honest about who you are and what you want, not playing those familiar roles that you perhaps were playing in the past. And so this is a whole new stage for you, right? For some of you, you may have up until now just been very unhappy, sort of, playing the role that you were given. And so now it's like, you're like, you know what? This is a new stage. It's a new era in my life. It's a new dawning. I am not going to sort of play that role. I'm not going to wear that mask. I'm going to be extremely honest with who I am and with everyone else. And this new sense of clarity is definitely part of a new phase in your life, right? Lovers do come in over that Knight of Wands. And I am going to say to you, although in some areas you have a Tower moment with regard to some relationships and this Three of Swords, there will be, again, like I said, towards May and June, a period of perhaps a new love coming in. Lovers comes in over that Knight of Wands. And I think that this Knight of Wands is probably someone who cares very deeply for you. Like I said, coming in, supporting you, right? Supporting your passion, being your greatest cheerleader. I think this this connection with this Knight of Wands individual is going to lead to a love connection. And so here you are, having the right connection coming into your life towards the end of this period that is going to supersede all of this that you need to get rid of or handle or heal from, right? This is why I said there needs to be some, in this period, Three of Wands is there to really let you know that have patience, heal from what you are learning. This is a period of a lot of ups and downs for you. Ultimately, you do end up on top because Lovers comes in. I believe this Knight of Wands definitely is a possible strong love connection. And ultimately, this period is all about you reaching a level of completedness with regard to happiness in your relationships. There will be a victory this period. And overall, I think this period will be a victory in the long run because, like I said, overcoming this disloyalty and this heartache that is coming your way here with a true love connection towards this end of this period is going to be your victory. You're going to come out of this period with that Queen of Wands anyway. So lesson learned, stronger, wiser, tougher, more experienced. All of that is how you're coming out of this period. And I do think you're going to be coming out of this period with a strong love connection with someone. But this love connection is going to be with someone new. Right? I think it's going to be with someone new. I think this love connection is definitely related to this Knight of Wands individual who's going to be coming and riding into your life towards May or June period. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it. This is your reading, Cancer, for April, May, June 2020, your general outlook. I'm really touching on a few areas, but mostly touching on getting rid of certain relationships in your life that are painful and bad and negative for you, and really just not harmonious, and ultimately moving into a period of long-term harmony, happiness, and abundance after sort of exercising these demons, if you will. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to sort of share your story in the comments if you're going through a situation like this, you're resonating with this reading. All of your other readings, your 2020 outlook, general outlook, love outlook, are all linked in the description. But for right now, Cancer, have a wonderful April, May, and June period, and I will see you in your next Cancer-centered reading. Bye-bye now.